right, welcome and welcome to the Lockdown Podcast. We are here to just shoot the shit, talk Raw, talk SmackDown, WrestleMania potential card. So we're gonna kind of kick here with just kind of going down Raw first. So the beginning of Raw, you had kind of the Cody and Seth response. Um, so
to
what do you, I mean, so what do you guys think as far as, I mean, obviously we're gonna talk beyond this, but like, we just want to kind of break things down. So like Cody and Seth, like, do you think there's any actual bad blood, or do you think it's legit? Like legit, I have your back.
well, I think
Legit.
I think they have each other's backs, 100%. But Seth does have an issue with stabbing people in the back. Look at what he did with the Shield.
Yeah. Well, and I was talking to Alex last night about the fact that, like, Cody does have 3 dubs over Seth. But,
Yes, he does.
So potential bad blood, I don't know, but that's the joys of wrestling. You don't know. So we move into Dominic versus Gunther. I was surprised.
That match was brutal.
Oh man,
Man.
dude, Dom's chest thing got ripped off, dude, and Gunther went to fucking town.
Yes, he did.
Did you see his chest after the match? Did you see like the after interview or whatever it was, and they're like looking at it, dude, and it's like his chest, like, do you remember when like Daniel Bryan faced Gunther and he like literally popped like blood vessels in his chest?
Yeah, that was that
Like,
bad.
those chops are fucking brutal. I don't care who you are, that hurts. Obviously Gunther won that. Go figure. Obviously he's not gonna lose to dumbass Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, if they had him lose to him, that's pretty
No.
bad.
No. There's no table set for freaking Dominic Mysterio. He's just kind of there. So now you have kind of the rehashing of Becky and Nia Jax after kind of what happened last week or the prior week, which led to the Becky Nia Jax match. I mean, the match was gonna you could kind of gather that there was gonna be outside interference, but obviously Liv's got a whole new beef, but like Liv doesn't seem like she's very high up the ladder as far as talent. So she can bitch and moan all she wants, but I don't
They're
think
they're
that
they're slowly pushing Liv to be heel.
Yeah.
I just want to feel her butt. Okay, come on now. You see those outfits, dude? Let's be real. Big booty Judy, man. White girl with a black girl booty. Anyways, sorry. See, that's rabbit trails. See, Alex, this is what happens on this podcast: is that we rabbit trail. Because when we did audio, holy hell, dude.
He rabbit trails more than me.
Oh, dude, I am a rabbit trail extraordinaire, dude. When we did the audio, see, like we're doing right now, this is exactly what would happen.
Yeah, when we did on Spotify and shit.
Oh yeah, dude, I think it was fun to be on Spotify, but it's like it's another. I think it's like $15 a month to have the RSS thing that distributes the audio, but like,
Plus, that was a headache.
Yeah, I mean, because I can't edit the audio as easy as I can edit video, so that's why I'm just gonna stick to video moving forward.
Hey, it's a lot better. It's a lot more easier and less stress.
Yeah. So now you have Andrade versus Apollo Crews, which, I mean, Apollo's just kind of a jobber at this point. He's bounced around from NXT. He's gone up, gone down, but obviously no faith in Apollo Crews beating Andrade.
No.
So now you have Judgment Day versus Imperium. That was a damn good match.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And I like that they continue to kind of push the tag division, but again, I know most of us are probably hopefully seeing the whole clip of them kind of working on doing something with the titles, which, I mean, me and Tim have talked about this for freaking decades, well, not decades, but you get the gist.
Yeah, we
Just
get the
because
hint.
it's so stupid having the tag titles together because you have good tag teams on Raw and SmackDown, but you're subjected to just having somebody holding both and having and I get it when it happened, it was kind of, how it happened, but it's got to split back up again and because that'll increase the tag team, stories if you have, back to the Raw and SmackDown titles or however they're going to do it. I mean, maybe they'll have the undisputed tag teams and then they'll have the world heavyweight tag team or something. I don't know how they're going to do it, but
I don't know. They
um,
just need to they need to separate them or just have one set of title, and they
I
can
mean,
go back and forth.
I really think that they needed to split them back up. It just makes more sense.
I hate
But,
me personally. I hate the whole brand switch split thing. I like the
well,
back
I
to
mean,
Attitude Era.
I mean,
Tony
I
ain't
don't
bring
mind.
that to anything.
I mean, I don't mind the brand to keeping people on certain brands just so you can control storylines. But when they have these titles, like you have the women's tag team titles that go wherever the fuck they want. You have the undisputed tag team titles go wherever the hell they want. Like
Well,
it just takes away from it because one, you're gonna be exhausted if you're actually truly defending them on each show. When you have something that gets dealt with once a week, that's fine. But you can't give the fans what they want with only one pair of titles.
SmackDown needs more competition. They got only the Universal for Roman, and he ain't doing much with it. And they got Logan Paul with his United States, which is that's all they got really is United States. They need
Yeah.
more action.
Yeah, SmackDown's becoming a very bland show because you don't have the titles in the picture.
It's becoming more of a snooze fest to me.
What they
Well, it's
might
because
do
Roman will
tonight,
show up
though,
here and there.
yeah. What they might do tonight for Raw is the two GMs from both brands might do backstage or in the ring even, and they might talk about splitting the tag titles up. That's what I think.
Yeah, like
I
I was
mean,
reading what you sent me
Mm-hmm.
because I have that pulled up.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's what I
that would
was
definitely
referring
be
to.
good.
Yeah.
Or at least some kind of build up to the split. But obviously we have, just under a month before WrestleMania. So I mean, maybe they have something to build up to because I feel like it would definitely be nice to have, let's call it 2 triple threat matches, with tag titles one on each show. Because they're strong. The tag division is strong and it can be stronger just because you can deal with what you have because obviously you have a ton of tag teams right now. And so
They got a lot of good ones.
yeah. I mean, I can't wait till Eric comes back though, man. Because I think the Viking Raiders are definitely they're legit,
They're
dude.
due. They're due
I
for a
mean, honestly,
title, man.
and Ivar going kind of solo, I think that's definitely proven how good he is.
Oh yeah, he's done great being by himself.
Dude's jumping off the top rope, dude. Come on.
That's a
Like,
big freaking dude.
how scary is that to be sitting down the bottom of the mat trying to hold your arms across your chest to at least bear some of that? That's like,
Shit.
like when they put their arms like this, to try to break some of the fall, and you're like, yeah, I'm
break
not
their
breaking
arm.
this fall.
Breaking their arm.
Yeah. Oh, I honestly wouldn't doubt to dig into the archives of botched top rope moves that didn't go right.
Oh man. Jeff Hardy's probably have a bunch of them.
He probably
Yeah,
does.
no. Well, who was it? Who I think it was. Man, when they had that ladder match when the dude busted his face.
Oh, that was
It
the
was one
Hardy
of the
Boys
shorter
versus
guys.
it was the Hardy Boys versus the what's their names?
It was like that when they had like those two guys that played J&J Security. Those guys.
No, it was John Morrison and I can't think of the other guy's name.
Joey Mercury.
Yep, there we
Yeah.
go. That's the one that he's the one that got the nose broken.
Yeah, dude, that was bad.
Now he works in the back.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm good.
He- I think he
I'm
pretty
good, I'm
much
gonna
retired. I think he pretty much retired after that match.
Yeah. So yeah,
I
no,
watched that. I watched that on pay per view. That oh god.
Yeah, dude. Injuries suck, dude, especially when you see it live. I mean, we weren't exactly bottom row or anything, but like when
Still being
when
there, though.
when Boogs busted his freaking leg, dude.
Oh, at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that sucked.
dude, dude, the thing is, like, I think it was more about like positioning and like structuring to lift them both up versus actually having the strength to do it. Because Boogs could have lifted them both, no problem. I think
Oh,
he
yeah,
just lost his
definitely.
footing or something and just kind of his knee just. But
Pretty much. You
Yeah.
could see his reaction of his face on the freaking Titantron.
oh yeah, dude, freaking
God.
big ass freaking screen TV, man.
It was a nice,
So
nice screen.
yeah, except for that one corner that was blinking, and then I'm like, my ADHD is like going crazy, like fix the screen.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as bad when they had those freaking bright lights on the other end of the building.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
we were
that was
at the
terrible.
we were at the Royal Rumble when they came to St. Louis, the last one, and where we were sitting, the fans were chanting, "Turn the lights off." And the security guys that were there said they have to keep it on because it helps it helps when they're on TV. I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh, I know, dude, it was so
And then
bad.
at that WrestleMania, and I mean at that Royal Rumble, the WrestleMania sign had fallen around where the people were sitting, but no one got injured because they moved everyone out the way.
Yeah,
The
well,
sign,
and
like,
then
well, there was-
I think it was Tim. Was it night 2 that all of a sudden they just didn't have anything on the Titantron?
oh,
Yeah, it was
man.
night 2. It was night 2 when any of the superstars came down. They didn't even show them up on the Titantron. Besides Naomi and Sasha Banks, they were the only two.
Yeah,
And Liv
yeah,
Morgan
that was
and
so obnoxious, dude. Because I'm like, okay, like, we're up here, like, okay, cool, you're walking out, but like, my camera's not
Yeah.
that good.
I'm like, yeah, we couldn't even see Edge's good entrance.
Dang.
Or
Oh.
was it night 1 that we moved over way far
Yeah.
over?
Yeah,
We
we
just
moved overs because night 1 wasn't barely sold out, wasn't even packed. And there was
Dang.
where we're section at was
we moved like 2
only
sections
empty.
over. Yeah,
But
because we
night
were
2
like,
was
'cause
pretty sold.
yeah, dude, night 2 was insane. But yeah, okay, so ending Raw from our rabbit trail. See, you've all joined the rabbit trail. So you had the final match with Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre, which, I don't even know why they run these back. I mean, we all know that Jimmy was gonna Jimmy or Solo was gonna interrupt. Like, Bloodline is so predictable that they can just never have a competent match of just a competitive match where it's a obvious win or lose. Nope, outside interference. I think anybody who's anybody in wrestling right now is like, okay, bloodline match. All right. Oh, again, there it is. Like,
Yeah.
it's getting obnoxious. Like, you can't even like, hey, great match by interference.
Yeah.
Like, and then you talk about Roman's quote unquote reign of what?
Yeah.
Outside interference.
That's no reign to me. That's just all
90
cheating.
90 days he didn't even defend the title, and they kept
But
it
he-
the reign going with the streak and stuff.
Oh yeah, he defends it like 4 times a year. I mean, he probably has
Yeah.
less than probably 15 matches the whole year.
He doesn't even
Like-
defend it on those 4 times. Clearly, he just gets outside interference when he knows he's about to lose.
Well, yeah, dude, Gunther and Seth probably have more title like matches
Reign
and
matches,
legit
yeah.
good matches, not outside interference. No,
Mhm.
like between those two, probably in a year, have probably had more clean, good matches than Roman has in 3 years.
Yeah.
That
You
is
know,
true.
So it's just cool, Roman, you're champion. All right, well, okay, can we get a champion who shows up? It'd be great. Same thing with Logan Paul.
Oh man, and his Prime in the ring. You seen that? The ring is
Oh,
gonna be Prime.
gall.
Man, I'm like,
Barf.
come on,
I
because
love that.
TKO owns
Yeah.
because TKO owns them. They want to do what the UFC did, and he wants to capitalize on that. So I'm like, come on.
That's
I
all
don't
we
drink
need.
Prime. Yeah, I don't even drink Prime on my own terms, so I don't want to see it in the ring. Someone on
Yeah.
Reddit said they should put the Prime word on there, not the whole logo of the bottle.
No one
And
wants your
then
fucking
KSI came,
bottle.
Yeah,
KSI came out
they're only gonna have that freaking bottle logo just for
for
pay-per-views.
yeah, that's at least good, but still. And KSI came
Yeah.
out, he was holding the wrong Prime bottle color. I'm like to my brother, he's holding the wrong bottle of Prime. It's not even match.
Not even the correct one for the screen. Well played.
And then
So-
Randy's thing with KSI was great.
Dude, I don't think there's
Made him look
anything
like
Randy Orton doesn't do that, like, honestly is amazing. Dude,
Yeah.
and the thing is, dude, KSI took that RKO like a champ, though.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
played it really good.
Dude, and he laid flat, dude. He took it like a pro. I wonder how many times they practiced that.
Probably a lot.
But yeah, so I mean, like, we've pretty much already kind of covered the first bit of SmackDown, which was the whole Logan Paul, and seems like we're gonna get a lead up match to WrestleMania, Logan versus Randy Orton, and maybe Randy
interference
can one up himself.
or it would be interference from KSI to get back at Randy.
I don't think that'll happen. Randy will just kick his ass and throw him out in the fan somewhere.
Probably KSI would just come to the ring apron and try to distract the ref, so Logan Paul
Yeah.
can use the brass knuckles.
But like, yeah, but the factor though is like, what about Kevin Owens?
Oh,
So Kevin Owens and Randy have been kind of on a pal gal here. So like,
yeah.
That's true.
but like, what's the plans for KO though? That's the conundrum.
Ooh,
You
KO Randy would win the title at WrestleMania, and KO would start a feed with him to get the title.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like again, the roster is pretty deep, but there's, we'll call it like 15 superstars that you want to see every time, or at least currently.
Yeah.
But I mean,
no one wants to see Grayson Waller and Austin Theory anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting kind of annoying.
Yeah. At one
the
point,
thing
Austin
is,
Theory
like,
was so great, but he failed.
well, the thing is, like, I actually like Grayson Waller though. Like, that's the thing. Like, when he was in NXT, like he was good, and when he was by himself and on main roster, he was fine. He was obnoxious,
yeah.
and he had his TV show is his little segments actually kind of funny. It's not bad. It's just I feel like with Austin Theory on him, it just kind of makes you kind of shrug a little bit, like, because honestly, I like Grayson Waller. He's a good wrestler. Like, he's got charisma. He's got pizzazz. He can move around in the ring well. Austin Theory's got to go though.
I liked Austin Theory when he was taking after matches. He took selfies with the wrestlers, but when he became heel, he really didn't go over well.
Yeah, I mean the selfie thing
was fun.
It was obnoxious, but at least it was funny.
That's what I used to do. I used to go to wrestling shows. I came up to a wrestler and said, "I'm going to do Austin selfie picture with you." They're like, "Oh, you're that obnoxious one." I'm like, "Yep." And that died down after a while because of Austin Theory not doing it. And then when he became heel, he kind of failed as heel, and then John Cena shut him down completely. After John Cena shut him down, then there really wasn't much for him to do after that. No one cared.
Yeah. So what would be your guys' take as far as like the Bailey interview and kind of talking about, oh yeah, this was kind of the Damage Control, it was a long time coming, blah blah blah. I don't even know why they even be called Damage Control anymore. If it's essentially it's just the Japanese people and then wherever freaking Dakota Kai is from.
I think she's from New Zealand. New Zealand, I think.
Yeah, like, because it's like you have the Kabuki Warriors, so you have that established, and then you have Io Sky, like, but like I just don't know, like I don't know, like, culturally where Dakota Kai fits into 3 Japanese people.
Yeah.
Like, because you can't, like, because like what I mean, what do they essentially go by? You know what I'm saying? Like you have some of these stables where you have two people that identify as one tag team. Because even like with I don't did Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits come up with a name?
I don't think
They
so.
did.
think-
I think they
But
did. I just can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I don't even remember it. They don't use it much
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
Because
they
like
don't.
because like with that scenario, when the Street Profits come out, they're the Street Profits. So like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to have if you want to if they want to call the whole group the Kabuki Warriors, I wouldn't be
That the still
against
a-
it. It
but
doesn't
it's still
sound
a-
right. Doesn't
No,
roll
it
off the
doesn't work.
tongue, but
No.
I feel like they needed to turn on Dakota Kai, and then she just gets released next year.
Oh, come on.
That'd be
not
best
release
case
her.
scenario.
I
Best
don't
case
think she should
scenario
be
with her.
released. I liked her in
She's
NXT a lot.
she's a poster model for dyslexia.
I did
She's
like her
so
in NXT.
skinny, dude. It's disgusting.
I
Like
did like her.
she doesn't have
in
anything
NXT
to
though,
her
like-
body.
She's
She
she's all right. I like her.
Yeah, I'm trying to say that.
did you
Like, I
see
liked
those?
her in
Did you see
NXT.
those pants that look like she borrowed from Nia Jax?
Oh,
man.
her shorts.
Those jeans. It looked like she borrowed them from Nia Jax. Like, girl, you don't even fill these out remotely. You could fit in one side. Call it a skirt.
Once
Ugh.
WrestleMania is done, once they finish WrestleMania, they're gonna move on with probably Dakota Kai's gonna do something different.
I think,
I'm
yeah, I
like-
think that
That would help her
after
out
this
a lot.
WrestleMania is behind us, I think there's gonna
shake
be
up
a whole new agenda, a whole new like everything.
a new rebrand of
Um,
Dakota Kai.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just get some tape on her eyes and just call her Chinese.
Come on.
So bad. Hopefully, no one from China watches this and cancels me. But so now you have Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross, which I love this story. I love
Karrion
the
Kross fan.
the what are they, the Testament or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I honestly I think this is the best case scenario for Karrion Kross right now because he got lost in the shuffle.
Oh yeah.
You
They
know,
brung him in
he-
and did they brung him in and pretty much killed his character.
Yeah, because you brought him up from NXT, you branded him as this, I don't even know what, and then they released him,
Yeah, they
And
make
then
him
for
they
like a
made him
year-
they made him shave his head.
and
for
then
this
brought him
new
back, which I
character.
think he's better without hair. You know that, right, Tim? It's always better without hair. Yeah, and so I definitely think those two are going to be in the tag team moving forward when if and when they split the titles up or make new titles. Honestly, Street Profits and Bobby Lashley definitely. I like Street Profits with Bobby Lashley better than I liked. Who was it? Shelton Benjamin and
Cedric Alexander.
yeah, Cedric is
Yeah.
a fat no for me. I like Shelton. Shelton's a beast.
Oh,
Shelton's
I
been in a
always been a fan of Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, dude, the gold standard, dude. He's been doing this for like 25 years, dude. Like,
Yeah, I was a big fan when he was with what's his name when he was part of Kurt Angle's team.
Charlie Haas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're like the something greatest tag team or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So now we will get into my newest favorite female wrestler, Tiffany Stratton versus Michin. I feel like they're really dropping Michin down the card. I feel like she's got potential. She has everything, but they're just not. She's turning into like a Tamina where she's here, but she's not really. She's just getting put over talent. Which kind of sucks because I feel like Michin, she could be up there. If like hypothetically, if they had, so if you had the women's tag team, you had the women's championships. Now, what about like a secondary title, right? Like on like how AEW has like women's division tag team. They have titles, you know, spread
Or
out for
like
both men and women.
what NWA does, NWA wrestling, they have a women's TV title, which was the kind of unified because of men fighting the woman, and she beat them. So if she fights a man, it's the men's version. If she fights the females, it's the female version of the TV title. But they can't do intergender matches like that. But they could at least do a TV title
Well,
for the women.
do you think maybe they'll bring back the Divas Championship?
No,
I hope not.
no, because
I'm not. I mean,
the Diva was like so as you look at it now, not back then. Diva is used in a bad way. If you
yeah.
look back at it, it was used
I
to
mean,
objectify the women.
yeah. I mean,
So
maybe not directly that, but just something
they
in the
need to
realm
get
of that.
something like a TV title.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
even if it was,
you got TNA that has a TV title.
You
New
need
Japan does too.
these females that can't actually ever get the women's title, and they never give them a shot. They need,
I feel like those secondary titles would be nice.
yeah, give them
Just
give
because,
them some time.
well,
Mid
yeah,
card,
because then you,
mid card championships, on pay per views and stuff.
yeah, I realistically think that SmackDown should be 3 hours. You
No,
know,
it's I
well, what I'm
heard,
saying is like if they were
yeah.
to like again have those secondary titles,
Oh yeah, there
and
would be
again
an
if they
extra
split
hour.
the titles up, you would have
Yes,
more time to like
because
develop things.
because in October the SmackDown's going to USA, and they said they're going to keep it on Fridays. So does that
Yeah,
mean
I've
they're going
seen
to
that
add
at
time
least.
to it? Are they going to add time to that, or
I
um,
mean, well, I mean, it's like when you
so with
when you go to watch it on like Hulu,
mhm.
you basically have an hour and a half of the 2-hour segment on there. Same, but then it's like with Raw, you basically have that hour and a half window as well, but for a 3-hour show.
Mhm.
And like I feel like I don't know, because like with the SmackDown, you're basically gonna see like 90% of SmackDown when you watch it on like Hulu. Like the live stream after it or whatever. Um, but I mean, but then again, if they keep the status quo of how you have Roman and doing nothing, you have Logan doing nothing,
No.
yeah, 2 hours is good enough. But if
Yeah,
they
we don't
start
want to
having, but
Roman for another hour. Never.
I just think if they were having constant defenses and they had more going on, you could push 3 hours. But right now, no. Maybe
Yeah,
in the future,
no one wants Roman for another hour. Oh no, please no.
no.
I'll
So,
be at the show watching Roman for another hour. I'll be like, I'm out of here.
I'm going to go get myself a beer.
Yeah.
did I send you guys both the same link to the CBS thing of
WrestleMania.
the current WWE or the current WrestleMania match card and predictions and stuff?
I should have it.
Um
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
have it.
I'll have to look.
It has the Randy and Logan Paul. It has Bailey and
yeah,
Becky and
because like I was telling Alex, I basically kind of try to like send you stuff so you know what I'm looking at. Let me send it here. All right. So moving on to WrestleMania potential matches versus the actual card. You have a lot of intercontinental stuff still in the works. I feel like a one-on-one match at WrestleMania doesn't belong on WrestleMania. Like if you're not going to have at least a 3 or 4 person match like they've been having, like they've had ladder matches for the IC title in the past, where you get more superstars in the match, on TV. You're still going to have who's going to win it, and that's fine, but like I feel like a bunch of one-on-one matches is just kind of I feel like they have to have at least there's usually about 7-8 matches a night, somewhere in that realm, 6 to 8. And I feel like at least 2 of those need to be multi-man matches for titles.
You think they should
Um,
have a Hell in a Cell match or a steel cage at WrestleMania?
I don't think there's any feuds that would warrant that.
I don't think
Um,
so either.
Not Roman
but
and
you know,
Cody?
no. I think I don't know. Like I just feel like they need to have a ladder match at some degree. I don't even care what it is for.
Yeah. Yeah, they do need a ladder
You know,
match.
and again, when you have limited women's, titles, you limit their amount of TV time. Their matches are short enough as is, but now you have WrestleMania and you only have basically 3 women's matches, right? To like
Yeah.
the tune of 12 guy matches, right? And
Probably the
so
tag titles will be at the pre-show, so it's not even giving them real time. So
yeah, I mean, exactly. And so like if again, kind of in the current juncture we're in as far as equality and feminism, all that kind of like that. If you guys want more want more TV time, then either A, like create some
For
feuds
sure.
out of freaking nowhere, or I don't know, or bring back Money in the Bank to WrestleMania. I don't think Money in the Bank should even be a pay-per-view, honestly, anymore.
they need to.
I feel like
They
they
need.
should go back to it
Yeah.
and leave it at WrestleMania.
They need to bring some new thing to WrestleMania for the females, like something unveil some new title or something new, or a new concept, and put it in a women's match.
Yeah, they just need more to do. And it sucks because their matches are like
They're
what,
not bad.
maybe 10, 12 minutes tops.
But the
You have the men's matches that are like 2 commercial breaks worth of a match, so you're
No.
talking a 25, 30-minute match.
But the women's matches, how short they are, they're still great quality. They need to be, for real. They do need to be
Yeah.
longer with the quality they put out.
They just need to do. They do need to do more stuff with the women.
Even in a Becky Lynch match, they're really not giving her that much more time than others.
And so, and we've probably all noticed this, but right, like realistically, short of like Bianca Belair, no, or even Raquel Rodriguez could really actually lift Nia Jax, right? You always see them do their finisher when like Nia's on like the second rope or something, right?
Yeah, they can't
And like
lift
talk
her.
about their strength and everything else, and I'm like, no, dude. You remember when Bianca carried Otis
Oh man,
in that little dude? That's strength. You can't
yeah.
fake that. Otis is a big dude. Dude's probably
Oh,
what,
man.
380, 400 pounds. Like
Yeah, something like that.
and she carried him. That's strength.
You don't
That's
think
something
Shayna
you
Baszler
just
could
can't.
lift on Nia?
No. Shayna Baszler is a technician, not a strength. She's an MMA
There's
fighter.
only one woman that's ever picked up Nia. It was Jaden, whatever her name is, from AEW.
Or Jade Cargill.
Yeah, she's the only one that actually picked her up and slammed her and threw her over the ropes.
Yeah, what are they doing with Jade Cargill? Don't look like she's have anything going for her.
That's the mystery of it all. She
Yeah.
You brought all this pizzazz to bring her back. You had her go to NXT, SmackDown, Raw, blah blah, and you finally signed her to an actual main roster contract, but you've done nothing with her.
What I heard was what Triple H said is we'll let her decide on her own time when she's ready. Which that's stupid. BS. That is BS.
That's stupid.
They're paying that money that they could have paid somebody else to actually do something. She might do something. I'd say if anything, she might, because they let her do it at her terms. She's gonna choose WrestleMania to do something.
Well, she got a couple weeks here to do something.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're gonna clear up this, and we're gonna kind of finish off with the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2024. I thought this was a dude, Bull Nakano. I thought that was a dude.
Never heard of her.
I've never heard of her. And the list says one of the best female wrestlers of all time.
What?
Getting well-deserved Hall of Fame nod. The legendary Bull Nakano will do it. I've never heard of her.
See, you know how they did it with Ultimate Dragon, or Dragonino, how you say his name? Ultimate Dragonino? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
He was from Yeah, that guy where I can't say his name ever, but he was never in WWE. He was in, I think, WCW, and he was
Well,
also
you've
in
you've
New
had some
Japan.
of the
People have
ones that go in there that were from like WCW,
and New Japan. They're
and New
great in other
Japan.
stuff. So maybe
I
she did
think
something in other stuff.
I
So
think they're just I think honestly there is so many other female wrestlers
to get
from
in,
90 to 2010 that would
who
be
need to
a
get
much
in.
better fit. I
Yeah,
don't
for
even I
real.
don't I'd have to Google her.
I've never
Bull, your
seen
name
her
is
wrestle in
Bull?
never seen her wrestle. Never seen her wrestle. Don't even know
Yeah.
who she
And that's
is.
the thing is between the two of you, you have
I'm looking her up right now.
Yeah,
because
I was
between the
gonna
two of
do.
you guys have an immense amount of wrestle history
And I've never
and
seen her in my
knowledge,
life.
okay? I am here
Yes.
to host and that's cool, but like
Yeah.
I brought on Alex, I was telling him the other day that Alex is my info guy, okay? Between you two, you guys can figure it out, okay?
And I've never seen
I
her in my
am just
life.
here. I'm doing the legwork after the fact. You guys are here for my knowledge, my I don't know, but you'll know. Like Joey Mercury. I don't know
Yeah.
that. I know it was some guy, but that's
But yeah,
all I know.
when they showed her on the screen about her going in the Hall of Fame, I'm like, who is she? I've never even seen her. I didn't know she existed as a
Well,
human.
well, and what's funny is that the picture that they have of her underneath her thing is when when it looks like she lost to Alondra Blaze. So how do you have her losing a match as the
She
one thing you show?
she was in WWE. She was in WWE in 1992 and pretty much left WWE about 1994.
Well then,
And
she's
that's
not the
what you put
greatest.
in? Was
She's not
this
the
was
greatest.
this were they looking for a cultural diversity person to put in the Hall of Fame?
They probably
Because
were.
Probably.
If
because
anything,
look at
yeah. If
go
anything,
ahead.
The Rock needs to be in before her.
Well, and so speaking of The Rock, since we're gonna rabbit trail this one here, but like, so how convenient is it that his daughter is now running NXT? It's not a fucking coincidence. Not a coincidence at all.
No.
Because realistically, his daughter had no wrestling premise. She really didn't wrestle. She just
No.
somehow just popped on the scene, and all of a
No,
sudden,
she
as
didn't.
soon as The Rock
Not
goes to
somehow.
TKO, all of a sudden now she's the general manager.
That's
And
I want to rabbit trail back to that one girl again. Yeah, she was in a company called All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling from 1983 to 1996.
Well, how old
So
is she?
I'm
Then?
looking. She is 56
In her
years old.
Okay.
she's so again, we have
Because
no idea who that bitch
I went
is.
to her Wikipedia.
Yeah, she's not.
So
They said they call her the greatest woman. Oh no.
She was
So-
in WWE. She was in WWE World Wrestling Federation
Yeah.
from 1994 to 1995.
So the
Yeah.
next ones we have is USA Express. I didn't even know who that this was a thing. I knew Midnight Express, but so
I know-
I knew who these guys were.
Mike
yeah,
Rotunda
so
is
you
what I know.
basically have the uncle, father. I don't know exactly how it fits in, but like Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. So I don't think the Hall of Fame class is cashed out. I don't think it's there. I feel like Bray's gonna go in
Yeah.
at some point. Has to. I mean, I feel like this.
If
this
they
last,
don't, they're gonna piss off a lot of people,
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
and
you
I'll
have
be one of them.
And then you have Muhammad Ali, which
yeah, he's
I
got
thought he
added.
already was.
I
I
know.
thought
No,
he already
he was never in it.
Never. I didn't think he was.
Like,
They put him in a new game, so of course, they're probably people thought they were going to do something with him. He's never been in the WWE game.
The only boxer I know is in it is Mike Tyson.
Isn't
He's the only one that I
Floyd Money Mayweather in it?
no.
no.
He hasn't been in the Hall of Fame yet.
But he has been in WrestleMania, I think, with the Big
Yes.
Show.
Yep.
Yeah, when he knocked him out.
Really knocked him out.
Yeah, that was.
So I'm looking at possibilities. Well, they already have a female, so this won't happen. But it says Michelle McCool is overdue.
I was thinking of
Because you
her.
thought they,
This
since they
tall.
did Undertaker 2 years ago, that they would do.
Yeah.
I was happy to be part
It
of
says
that.
Brian Pillman, but don't think that's gonna happen.
Who else? The Rock.
Who do you-
is
Who
out-
says
you think
Mickey
is-
James
who-
has
who-
earned an induction?
Who do you think is going to end up to Paul Heyman?
Go ahead.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar?
Because Brock Lesnar's
I
already
mean, they
back
brought
on-
Brock Lesnar. They brought supposedly.
No, what it is they put him online on the roster. That's the closest. The only thing they've done so far is he's online on the roster. So.
Yep.
And
That's
Well,
pretty much.
and
And I
I
think
mean-
they put him back in the 2K24 game.
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't got that.
Okay,
far.
so they're not gonna have two females in there. I don't think they've ever really had two females.
Have they?
It says
Maybe.
Mickey James possible.
But
It says possible Ken Shamrock.
okay, I remember him.
Demolition.
Ooh, Demolition, Axe and Smash.
Kevin Shamrock. I
what-
know
it says,
Triple H has been in touch with him, try to bring him back into the company.
It
So-
says possibility Lex Luger.
I thought he was already.
And then
in.
it says Bray Wyatt would be an emotional induction.
That would.
And who?
Ooh.
But no, this is no. Who? So I can think of honestly probably like two people that would induct Bray Wyatt. Two people.
Uncle.
I would
the,
say
who would-
I would say
Braun
Braun Strowman
Strowman.
and Eric Rowan. Braun
Yeah.
Strowman
Pretty
and Eric
much.
Rowan I think would kind of be a good tag
And
to do
his
that.
and his brother. And his
Yeah,
brother.
And his brother, yeah.
Bo
Because I
Because
think
Bo Dallas has been carrying on his pretty much his story. If you've been watching any of his promos on YouTube, and they're really good.
Yeah. I think that like Bo Dallas doesn't have to be the greatest wrestler to he has character work, and a lot of wrestling is just straight character work. And like
Mhm.
I feel like even if he's like a manager or something, or like kind of does something with a different tag team or something, and kind of bring back the Wyatt family mentality, I think that would be good for wrestling, given
Yeah.
the legacy that Bray Wyatt left.
Bray Wyatt had great character work.
Oh yeah, dude,
Definitely.
they probably have a book left of
They-
things
they
that he
probably
had
have a-
ideas
They
of.
probably have unreleased stuff that they never released of him yet that it could just release right now on YouTube.
Yeah. All right.
But
Well,
who's gonna,
I mean,
who's gonna,
so
who would induct the bull, the female that's called Bull? Who would induct her? I don't even know. Somebody has to.
I don't know her very well.
I don't either. I don't know.
I-
that's a head scratcher.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Who?
but
Who?
yeah,
Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Is like,
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Triple
Like,
H because
I
he's
mean,
gonna be
they showed the
full-time.
picture of Alondra Blaze. Maybe she does it. I mean, they wouldn't. I mean, maybe that picture of her in the match with Alondra Blaze. Maybe that's what she'd do. But we might need an interpreter.
Yeah, I don't know even what she sounds like. Never seen her until then.
Exactly. Like, I would have to
I-
legitimately like, and I don't even like even YouTube would be like, I don't know who she is either. like, because a lot of this stuff is like pre-social media. So like,
So
who's
yeah,
got
what's
the
reported
tapes?
is what, right?
And so it's like, who's got the tapes? Because
Yeah,
like, I don't know. And then again, it's better than Queen Charmel. Oh, Tim, WrestleMania Hall of Fame 2022. Freaking Queen Charmel.
Oh God.
Dude,
Oh,
we checked
man.
out. Dude, the whole crowd just checked out when she was talking. We're like, are you done?
Like,
Oh,
okay, you remember the couple guys behind us was all for her, cheering her on.
oh my gosh, dude. Alex, we were dogging on that bitch so hard, dude. And we're like,
He-
get off the,
He was. I was just
I
on my.
was
I
very
just played on my
verbal.
phone.
I was sober even, okay? Like I was
Man.
soberly talking shit about her, and it was the greatest thing ever. And these guys, yeah, they were getting so freaking sensitive. I was like, dude, she didn't do anything for the company. Like,
Really?
you could bring back anybody else. Anybody else would be great. Oh, it was rough to watch.
I
Man.
was just happy to be there
But
to watch the Undertaker.
yeah, dude, I was telling Alex, I held my phone for what was it, like an hour.
Yeah, I recorded that whole speech the whole time he came walking down, including Vince McMahon's entrance.
Yeah, well, R.I.P. Vince. Poor Vince. Poor Vince. You finally
You
got
look at,
caught.
I think if you look him up on a lot of their WWE like YouTube whatever, his face is pretty much fuzzed out.
No.
Well, you know, in
I
the
noticed
irony
that
that
on
his
couple.
the irony of his song called "No Chance in Hell," but now he's going to
He's
hell.
going to hell.
So
Yeah.
You know that theme song he has was technically Shane McMahon's originally.
When I
Back
went
in
to
the
the
Attitude.
when I went to the St. Louis Royal Rumble when they came, I went to the merch store or wherever they had an actual merch store this time, not like the actual booth that they usually have, but they had the actual store because it was a big pay-per-view. And when I went there, I seen they just put out Vince McMahon shirts, and I looked at it. I'm like, I didn't know he won a '95 Rumble, or I think it was '99 or '95. I didn't know he won
Yeah.
that. I'm like, I want to buy that shirt, and now I can't even wear it. I'm like, me and my brother were talking. I'm like, he's like, I can't even
just
wear
get
that shirt
canceled.
anymore. I know.
You're
I'm
gonna
like, I
get
wear that shirt.
canceled.
Man,
You can't. You're getting canceled.
he still has
Like
less than 20% ownership in TKO. Vince does. Where I read that recently.
you know
So,
now so you remember during COVID when was that like
oh,
when they had the 2 WrestleManias without a crowd or whatever, and they had like
yeah.
Oh
the
God.
shirts that sold that said no one that I wasn't there, no one was there.
Yeah.
Like that needs to be they need to make a spin-off of Vince shirt and then says I'm not there. Have a picture of Vince in the front and be like the back says I don't work here.
Yeah. The no fans WrestleMania was the WrestleMania that started the 2-day event.
Pretty
for
much.
WrestleMania. It was the best thing. Other than the best thing for COVID is what I'm gonna say is what happened out of COVID. What I could say was the best is the 2-night WrestleMania thing. That's what COVID did good for.
Yeah. I mean 2 nights is good anyways because it just gives you more like my ADHD doesn't have time to comprehend 6 hours.
Yeah. No. And for
Like
it
I
being
would rather have
WrestleMania,
8 hours, dude.
Oh yeah, I want to add to WrestleMania from what I read because CM Punk is coming back though week before WrestleMania to I think it's Raw. So
Yeah, they're saying he's gonna
so
host.
is he gonna? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is he gonna host WrestleMania? And is Drew gonna come out and antagonize them?
I think the validity of his injury is actually I don't think they're going to do too. They're not going to have any kind of attack or anything. I think
I think he's gonna come out and interfere in Seth and Drew's match because of the way Drew's been going on with him.
With that T-shirt.
Drew's dude. Honestly, dude, Drew, his character work is great. Okay, it's like Dominic Mysterio, right? He's hated, but we all love it. Okay, like we love hating him, right? That's how it is with Drew right now. Like we love hating you right now. Like you're basically, I'm gonna take the title at any cost, and I'm gonna basically suck on mommy's nips to get what I need, and that's fine. But like, okay.
Hold up here. So what you're saying leads me into this: is Drew gonna interfere in the tag team match with Cody and Seth with the Bloodline? Is he gonna interfere?
Oh no, I don't. I think that has to be a clean match.
Oh yeah,
to a certain degree.
But you're gonna have Jimmy and Solo there.
So that's not.
I'm hoping they don't.
With Roman, it's never going to be a clean match. Never. So I don't see why Drew wouldn't come to the match and try to interfere with Seth.
I think Drew is honestly at the point where he's kind of like, if they interfere in my match, go for it. But like, I don't think he's gonna really be the interrupter. I think he's more invested in the Bloodline or Judgment Day interrupting his matches so he wins versus him.
Since you mentioned Judgment Day, what's going to happen with the Money in the Bank briefcase? Is Damian going to interfere in in the Cody match or the Drew match, or is he gonna do something on night one to make it easy for him to interfere in one of those matches?
I mean, I feel like that's a conundrum. I mean, he has till July.
Yeah,
But
he hasn't until July, but
yeah,
he's
but
been
like
trying to
what's
catch in here
left?
and there. What's left
I
of him
feel
trying to
I
catch
f-
in?
I feel like Judgment Day needs to lose the titles before
Yeah,
he
and then
goes after a championship. I feel like
they're gonna
in
lose on night one regardless, and then he's gonna do something. His match, the tag team match, is gonna be before the Bloodline match, of course, and and then he's gonna do something to make it easier for him to cash in on night two. But who he cashes in on is a tough one. I still see
I
that.
think
I see
I
Seth,
think he'll
but
cash in on Seth
that's what I see.
or on
And
Drew, I guess, because
and
Drew's most likely going to win that.
yeah, and isn't female the winners of the Royal Rumble supposed to get a main event match? So where's Rhea match fit in? If the Bloodline match night one's main event, and then they're gonna do
Yeah.
Cody at night two, who's gonna get? Where's Rhea put in?
Yeah, I hate how they do that because they don't really give them when you stack it up so much, the Royal Rumble matches need to be headliners, period. Like I feel like if you're gonna continue saying you get a main event push, you get a main event match at WrestleMania, it needs to be the main event. Like it or lump it.
Totally agree.
The Bloodline tag match, is that gonna be like right before the main event or in between the show?
I
could see it
think
either
I
or.
think I think it will
In
be
between the show, in between the
second till
show.
I think it'll be second to last.
I see
I
that
think
usually, but I could see why they put it in between the show because they want to build up the hype, and then because if someone's going to interfere, like I said, Damien, they want to build up that hype and then tone it down, so when the main event comes, you're back up the hype. They don't want to hype you the whole
right.
time. That's
Yeah, I mean, so you're kind of like you're building up to it and then it happens. So like I feel like they need to let Bailey have her main event.
oh yeah, Bailey, yeah. Not don't Becky,
Rhea because Rhea
Rhea,
versus
Rhea and
Becky
Becky.
doesn't matter.
That's a. I'm a big Becky fan for years and years, always have been. But seeing Becky and Rhea, that's like a throwaway match. I know people are going to say Liv is not ready for the title match, but she has some good points about Becky always getting the titles, always getting in the picture, just like Charlotte always has.
I was gonna say that'd be
Yeah.
Charlotte #1.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
need to. They need to give. I'm going to say Liv because of her points. She says they need to put her against. She's the last one female to pin Rhea, one
Yeah.
on one. So
I mean,
see Liv.
unless
I could see Liv doing good with Rhea if they build it up, but Becky Lynch always going for the title. It
yeah,
doesn't.
it's the same thing with
It's
it's the
more
same
old.
thing with like Bianca. It's the same thing with Bianca Belair when she was on that whole tear and everything
Bianca.
else. Like
Bianca,
Bailey
Bianca
earned
doesn't.
earned her shot.
Go ahead.
So Bailey earned her shot, and so I feel like she should headline night one because that's what
Yeah.
winning the Royal Rumble entails. Same thing with Cody versus Roman having headline number 2. So everything else should anything bloodline thing. I think it should be either what if they kick off the show with that?
No. Ooh.
I mean, I don't think they would.
No.
Obviously, they're probably
If
gonna
they
put
did-
it.
So
They
if
might
they did,
co-headline it.
that's I don't really not that I don't understand co-headlining, but it's just that it doesn't really make sense to do it. It seems like a cheap way to get. It's a cheap way to put Roman over for having someone interfere, and he's not clean winning. It's not really a good.
Yeah,
main event.
it's just tough when they've stacked up this WrestleMania so high. They could have done without The Rock coming back and just letting the match be what it is.
Yeah,
I feel like The Rock coming back is greedy.
Yeah,
He just. I agree with everything that Cody said to him on SmackDown.
Oh, the last SmackDown segment was hilarious.
Diarrhea.
Like they did on the AEW Revolution pay-per-view that just happened in March. They did 2 what's it called? Pre-show matches. Couldn't they do 2 pre-show matches on both nights? You think, or just one a night?
I mean, they might have kickoff matches, but I feel like they're going to degrade those matches to
always.
Because okay, so you have the potential for you have an AJ Styles versus LA Knight. That could be anywhere in the mix.
Yeah.
So you have these little mini feuds going on. Like you have, if they're not going to do multi-person matches, they're going to literally throw in like the Testament versus Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. They're going to have, they're going to like, again, there's so many that could happen.
And they're
But
probably
again,
gonna, because of the earlier start time, they have more time to do extra stuff. So
I was
and
to
I
say,
think
yeah,
like,
when we went to WrestleMania, they didn't have any pre-shows.
I remember some of
yeah,
them didn't have any. Yeah, but now that
I mean,
WrestleMania is starting an hour earlier, don't they have extra time to do something now?
I don't think it's
Don't be.
extra time. I think it's start time versus. I think it's gonna end at like 10:30 probably. Like it'll probably be like a 6 to 10:30 or something. Because
Longer
usually they
match.
don't like. Lately they've been rolling over. Like you'll get the main event to start at like 45 or something,
Mm.
and you'll have it go till like quarter after, 20 after, 25 after, something of that degree. And I think, night two. We'll see where it sits. Honestly,
How
like
long? How long would the pre-show be? Because comparing it to the AEW Revolution, AEW Revolution had like an hour and a half to 2 hour pre-show with 2 matches, with one of them being a 12-woman tag team.
I mean,
So
their pre-shows are
how-
usually like an hour.
yeah,
It's
they
usually
are,
them
but
talking for a half an hour, a quick
that, but
match
see,
for 20 minutes, and then talking the
I'm
rest of it.
thinking,
And then and then they'll ask
yeah,
all the panel who do they think's gonna win
yeah.
what and
But what
everything
Yeah,
I'm
else.
saying,
who they vote on.
I don't understand. I just don't think see what the hour start time difference from starting an hour earlier. What does it do for the show though? Does it make the
I don't.
Bloodline match longer? Is that what it's for,
I
or is
mean,
it
that's the
for
thing too. Is like, I
a
mean,
longer
well,
or
but
longer pre-show?
well, and see, the thing is like we're gonna have to like touch on this next week when
Yeah,
maybe we have some more information.
yeah.
Um,
Because
so we'll just
tonight we're gonna know. We'll probably know about hosting something. They're gonna
yeah. I
hint
mean,
on that.
and so I mean, we're
Yeah,
about a half an hour from about a half an hour is roughly starting Raw right now. It's
yeah, yeah.
7:37 here, but
What's kicking off Raw tonight? Did they say?
I'm not 100% sure, but
I didn't see it.
so
Yeah.
we'll just call it a night. I mean, and we'll get back to you guys Sunday, and we'll kind of see where things fall. Again, thanks for Alex. We got number 3 on the panel now, so a little more info. So, peace.